Hello again, Jungle Explorer here, and today I'm going to be talking about this beautiful Smith & Wesson Model 1000 auto pump shotgun. I don't own this shotgun. I got this from my grandfather, and it's a beautiful shotgun, just gorgeous shotgun. I've seen he had it for a long time. I asked him why nobody ever shot it, and he said that it had a problem with misfiring, and that everybody that used it complained about it, so nobody shot this shotgun. And it's a 20 gauge, and I wanted to use it for dove season, and I just want to see a beautiful shotgun. I want to shoot it. I want to see what it does. And so I took it out first day of dove season, and sure enough, I didn't even get my first shot off. This thing misfired on me. It wouldn't eject shells. Sometimes it would eject the shell, but it would not even cock the cocking mechanism in it. So I'd pull the trigger and it'd be just as if it was not loaded. And so I went looking online for solutions and reasons for this, and found out that the problems I was having with the shotgun are quite common with this model. A lot of people love the shotgun, but nobody's really been able to solve this problem with it, or at least the places I looked, it didn't seem like there was a consensus between all the people exactly what the problem was with this gun. Some people said that the gun was originally designed to use 3-inch Magnum shells, and 2 3/4-inch shells were too underpowered to actually operate it. Some other people said that a gunsmith needed to drill the gas ports out on it. True enough, the problem does lie in the gas system. This is a gas-operated gun. It operates on a different mechanism than a lot of the other autoloaders. Thinking that possibly dirt or grime, because of the long time it had not been used with the problem, I went ahead and pulled the whole action out of it, and it was totally clean, so the problem wasn't here. And I had never actually worked on an auto-loading gas-operated shotgun before, but when a shotgun doesn't work, you got nothing to lose to break it open. So I went ahead and opened it up. And what I found was that the problem on this shotgun is, in my opinion, poor design. It's not really defective. It was designed poorly. This is the gas system right here. I'll explain how that works. When I open this thing up, this right here could barely move. Literally, it looked like it had black roofing tar in here. Now I can move it here, but it actually is getting jammed. How this system works is when the shell is detonated, the shot moves down the barrel, and the burning powder and gases behind it go down the barrel, so there's a large amount of pressure here. Right here, where this little ring is, right here, I'll show you later, up inside there's actually holes, 2 holes that go into the barrel. So that gas comes down the barrel, the pressure leaks into here. Now there's 2 pistons here, one up top and one here, this piston here. That gas comes in between that chamber, creates a pressure in this chamber right here. This is obviously blocked, and it pushes this down. Okay, this in turn is what causes the whole ejection system to work, that ejects the shell and cocks the gun. If this is not moving free, the whole system breaks down, and that doesn't work. Okay, so when I opened it up, this was like black tar. I could barely move this thing. So I went ahead, even though I didn't know how to get it back together, I just kind of took the parts out and looked how they looked at, and I was like, okay, they'll take that out. Right here, I got to knock this pin out. It's got not a gunsmith here. Let me, I got to get something over here to put this on. I'll just set this on top of that right there. And we're going to knock this pin out right here. It's not hard to knock out. You can actually pull it out. Okay, so that comes off. All right. Actually, you can take the barrel off now. Okay. Now I'm going to show you here. You can't, I don't know if you can see it or not. The light being just right. There's 2 holes up in there. Now sometimes they say those little portholes will get clogged and you need to clean them out. But we're not going to do that. I'm pretty sure they're open. Take that ring off. Then we got this this cylinder right here. And got to get it far enough to where I can get a hold of it. And it comes out. Now, I had these things spick and span just a couple of days ago. They were shiny silver. Now they are black and gunked up. Now, here's the really sad thing. This gun, once I cleaned it up, spick and span, it worked really well, flawlessly. Never misfired, never failed to eject a shell, any of that. For about 2 boxes of 20 gauge shells, it worked, and then it went back to misfiring again. So this is the problem. You can't hardly see down in here, but I am looking down in there. See if you can see that. It is dirty up in there. The way this thing works, it has to be totally clean. Any kind of dirt and grime or anything that causes these things not to be able to slide right, that is just going to lock the system up, and it's just going to ruin the system. Now you see here, this is the combustion chamber or gas chamber. It sets up against this thing right here. And I don't know what these pieces are called, so I'll just say things. Okay, I'm not a gunsmith. But that when the gas comes into here through the port, okay, that creates pressure, blowing this apart. Once it reaches this open area, the pressure is released. Here's what I believe the problem is. The guy who designed this thought, well, I'll use this pressure to operate the whole mechanism. Well, that's fine. The problem is it's about halfway down the barrel that the port is. Okay, at this point, there is still a lot of unburned powder here. Okay, so what's happening is every time you shoot, unburned gunpowder is going into this area right here, and with every shot, you're just dirtying up your system. So while this gun works good, you have to clean it religiously or it's going to fail on you. It's just a poor thought out design because they didn't take in consideration that they built a enclosed system that's going to get incomplete burned gunpowder in it. To use that, and it's going to create this dirt and this grime in here. So while the gun is a good gun, it just, whoever designed it didn't think about this. Now, there might be some cleaner burning gunpowders out there, some of them high-end shotgun shells, if you're rich and you want to shoot those. But most of us are going to shoot what we can buy by the case down at Walmart or Academy, Federals, Winchesters, Estates, just there's all kinds of different shells there. So, and they're going to maybe have a lower quality of powder in them that's going to burn, not complete, and you're going to get this. So let me go ahead and show you. I've got some cleaner here, and I'm going to take it outside here, and I'm going to spray it up there and show you the gunk and grime that come out of here after only 2 boxes of shells. Okay, so we're outside, and it's very windy. I'm going to use some cleaner here, and I'm going to spray it up in here, and I'm going to try to do this so as you can see what comes out of here after only 2 boxes of shells. It's just black. Look at that, just black gunk. That shouldn't be that dirty after only 2 boxes of shells, but there's your problem right up in there. That black gunk gets up there and it just clogs this whole thing up. Now I got most of that out. I'll dry that out, but it's still dripping. you can still see there's some black gunk still stuck up in there. This crazy stuff here. About to run out of cleaner. Just trying to get this thing clean here. I can still see some black crud up in there, but I'll wipe it out. But you can see how dirty that was. This dirt and powder residue here, just all over the place. So I'm going to finish cleaning this up and then put it back together, and we'll see how she operates. Okay, so I've got the gun clean now. You can see that both the gas chamber pistons here, if that's what you call them, are cleaned up. I cleaned up the chamber here, and you saw me do that outside and saw that black, just what was coming out of there. But deep down inside there was still more the cleaner couldn't get out. Just this black gunk that I had to use a rod and a cleaning rod and some paper towels to go down in there and just literally scrape out. I mean, this stuff is, I don't know. I mean, it looks like black tar. Now, I just cleaned this gun out 2 boxes ago. So all that dirt that you saw, it started out 2 boxes before this. It started out like clean, like this. Everything clean. And so in 2 boxes, it got really dirty and it started to misfire. You know, so I'm going to go ahead and reassemble this here. I'm going to go out and I'm going to try 3 shells in it, rapid fire. We'll see what it does and if it misfires again. So first of all, you put your lower piston in. Wrong terminology. I'm not trying to be a nomenology Nazi here. I'm going to call this a piston because it's gas driven. So if I'm using the wrong name, you know what I'm talking about here. Okay. So here we go. There's an ant on here. This goes in first. You can see the chamber, the combustion chamber here, or whatever you call that, the gas chamber. This part goes down. All right. What you need to do is make sure that this hole is lined up right here on this exhaust. Or you got to get that thing in there with your finger. Line it up. Okay. Next comes this ring that goes over the outside. And then you go ahead and put your pin in. And this is a little fun sometimes, getting it lined up. And it's pretty easy. So you want that sliding real easy there, okay? So that's what you want. You want that just sliding back and forth, no resistance whatsoever. This, you'd think it might go down like that, but it can only go one way because it has a rim around it. And it just slides right in there and sits on that. So that's in, no problem. Go ahead and slide our barrel over here. Okay, so she's on. And come down with our stock and put her together. Okay, so we've got her together here. Go ahead and lock her down there. She's working good there. This all works fine. This part of the gun is actually, you know, just a really good design. It's this gas chamber thing. So I'm going to go ahead and go outside with 3 shells and see what she'll do. Okay, so I'm outside here, and I'm having to stand behind this old motorhome here because it's just really windy, and you wouldn't be able to hear me talk. Anyway, so I got the shotgun here. I'm going to go ahead and load it up. Just like most of your other autoloaders. Put your first shell in there. Now this one, you actually have to press this button each time to load the shell in. You can't, some of them I've used, like Stogers and stuff, you can not press that button, but on this one you got to press the button. So I got 3 shells in there right now. So we'll just go ahead and fire randomly here. Okay. So it cycled through just fine, all 3 shells, and it worked really good. If it's really clean, it works just fine. This gun has no problems.
it'll work like that flawlessly until that residue, the powder residue, I've been calling that unburned powder or incompletely burned powder, but you know, let's just change it to residue. It's just powder residue that is in this barrel, gets down in the gas chamber, and I guarantee you it's already started to get dirty in there. So about 2 boxes from now, I'll start to have malfunctions in it. I'm gonna show you some videos right now of some dove that I shot yesterday with this gun while it was functioning, and it performed great. It's a great shooting gun. I got a double and a lot of singles, and I just really like it as a shooting gun. You know, it just shoots really good. It's easy to aim. I really love the gun. I wish it didn't have this problem. But you know what? If it's a good gun you can hit with it, you just need to clean it. And once you get in that routine, you don't have to worry. So here comes some videos of little dove hunting for you.
Okay, so you saw the test fire that I did outside. I shot 3 times super fast. It fired no problem, had no misfires, no ejecting problems. It worked flawlessly because it was clean. I got all that dirty gunpowder residue out of there, all that gunk that was clogging up the system, and now it's going to work fine. So the gun is a good gun. It works good. The problem with it is that every time you fire it, it's putting gunpowder residue into this chamber system right here, this gas piston system that it has, and it starts to gum it up. It starts to clog it up, and that will eventually cause the gun to start failing. How soon that happens probably would be dependent on what type of gunpowder you're using. If you're using really high quality gunpowder that burns completely, probably 3 or 4 boxes you could get out of this gun before it requires cleaning. On your cheaper ammunition that you buy by the case at Walmart or Academy or someplace, $50, $60 a box, that uses a lower quality powder, probably every 2 boxes. I'm using Monarch ammunition from Academy, and I went about 2 boxes before it started misfiring on me. So with that ammunition, I'm going to say 2 boxes. Bottom line, you need to clean this gun every time you use it. You go out, you hunt with it, come back, clean it. That's the only for sure way that you're not going to have a failure in the field. So anyways, you've seen how to take this apart. It's not that hard once you get used to it. It's more than I'd like to do on a routine basis. But if this is a gun you have and you want it to operate flawlessly and perfect every time, clean it out every time you use it. This is the Smith & Wesson Model 1000. Beautiful shotgun. Unfortunately has a little bit of a design problem. Anyways, if this video has been useful to you and helped you out, please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for watching. Until next time.